What's up, YouTube? Strap5 here. Okay, so this is basically a video overview of my Darwin's Fist costume and the related stuff regarding Darwin's Fist. For those of you who don't know, Darwin's Fist is a Leviathan-based fanfiction on DeviantArt.com and fanfiction.net that I started back in October when Scott Westerfeld, the writer of the Leviathan series, came to Seattle and did a little talk on it. And I ran into some other cosplayers there, and we just sort of sparked off, and it's been great stuff. I've written 3 chapters for it so far, and posted them on both fanfiction and DeviantArt. And I've got a couple of external people who are interested in it, the other cosplayers I met there, doing stuff as well. But I'm also going to branch into multimedia as well with this, which is why I'm making this video. You're about to see the costume that I wore to the meeting that sparked the original story idea, and will be featured in the upcoming Darwin's Fist Origin of the Species Leviathan fan film that I'll be making within a couple months. So, okay, let's see what we got here. So, this is basically the entire costume unassembled. I don't feel like putting it on right now, it's easier to show off. So, as you can see, unlike just about every other World War I era costume, it's actually sort of camo. Now, the basic point behind that is that Darwin's Fist is not your standard infantry platoon. They are the best of the best. I believe their terminology and for themselves, the title for themselves is the Crushers of Clankers, Defenders of Darwinism, which sounds kind of cheesy, but most of my fans seem to enjoy it. And that title is really kind of appropriate because they're actually not completely human. They are, in fact, fabricated. Now, before you go ahead and write angry comments in the post about, oh no, human fabrication is illegal, blah blah blah, yeah, I know it is. 1, this is war. Killing people is technically illegal, and so is creating stuff like mustard gas. Did it stop the Germans from doing both of those during the Battle of the Somme and before and after? No. 2nd, Darwin's Fist is an American unit. The fabrication laws only apply to the English, or should I say the British, United Kingdom, whatever you want to call them, Darwin's people. And, well, let's just say that America's not exactly very well known for following British rules. I mean, we basically gave them the finger back in the 1700s, and that's how we came into being. Yay. So, as I was saying before I digressed, basically Darwin's Fist is fabricated humans, and because of that, they're the best of the best. To complement their increased capabilities, they also have the best of the best in equipment. So no ugly doughboy-ish World War I uniforms for these guys. Their battle dress uniform is camo, as you can see here. The actual production of the coat is done by the Eddie Bauer Company, or should I say Edward Bauer, depends on what you want to call it, because Eddie Bauer was Edward Bauer originally back in 1914 when this takes place. And it's made by them, which is fitting because Darwin's Fist is based out of Seattle, and Edward Bauer was from Seattle. He founded the company in Seattle, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, there's sort of greenish camo, good stuff like that. I actually got this coat at Goodwill for $5, and the pants from Value Village for $2. Completely separate. These came first, and you can actually see I've been wearing this so much I had to replace the top button twice, and a couple buttons are still missing. This broke. I love these pants. They're great. I wear them even when I'm not doing costume-bringing stuff. The jacket is actual former military. I'm not really sure where or what, or just all sorts of stuff about it because I couldn't find any info on it. But when I bought it, it came with this on the shoulder, which, according to someone who's in the know on the military, it's a reserve patch for one of the Army Reserve Corps, because as you can see it says U.S. Army on it. But I'm not so sure about that, and basically that's just, I turned it into the symbol of Sergeant Marasco, my character's first squad. The eagle represents America, the globe represents the half of the world that is covered by Darwinism, and the lightning bolts are an homage to the failure of Goliath, which, if you've read the 3rd book, you know what I'm talking about. And Marasco, as a character, is not very pleased with that idea because he, didn't really like Tesla, So he's pretty much, it's kind of a middle finger to all those guys who said that Darwin just wasn't needed, and how wrong they were. As, we all read Goliath, and if you've read the fanfiction, you know what I'm talking about. I also added this myself for the actual meeting. Got this from the Army Surplus store for $5, along with this pin and its matching twin on the right side. And then I also got this pin. I'm not really sure what it means. Someone said it was a petty officer from the Navy, but I just like it because it's an eagle. And this is just the, in universe, this is the officer's commemoration pin, basically, because most of Marasco's original first squad died during a training accident, and that's cool. And, well, not cool, but you get the idea. And then this is supposedly a marksman pin, but it's actually a sales pin for my first job for knife sales. Looks cool, that's all that matters. Of course, the pants are just the pants. Huge pockets, greenish, they fit well, I like them. And second, the top part of it is this helmet, which is actually just, helmet, $20, downtown Seattle, good deal. And a pair of goggles that I got from the Army Surplus store, same place as the pin, and these cost about the same as the helmet, so this is $40 right here, but they're both real. These are RAF goggles, so these are actual, standard Darwin wear, if you would call it, and I'm not sure where this is from, but I'm pretty sure it's real because that's a 7.62 millimeter round dent in it. So whoever's wearing this took a hit from a .30 caliber round at some point or another. Now for the smaller, more, less noticeable things about the actual costume. Got a pair of dog tags. One of them I got from the McCoy Air Show a couple years back. It's pretty much just an ad for the Army, but, it's a metal dog tag. I'll take that. Second one is a costume piece from Costume and Display. Doesn't really have anything on it, but looks close enough. And the chain came with the original one. There's this gas mask, which I got from a neighbor of mine, and it's real, Cold War era, but, close enough. Looks really cool. Actually works if I could get a filter for it, but, can't find one, so sad face on that. Half gloves, just because they look cool and because the standard ones wear the standard soldiers of Darwin wear half gloves, except they don't say "Go Fit" on them. I usually screw those over with like Sharpie when I actually go out and stuff like that. Of course, the combat fabrications, standard ones are the Orc Grenade, which, if you don't know, is basically a living, like it says, a living grenade. Squeeze the dorsal fin, toss it, and 35 seconds after squeezing it, it's a long delay, but it was built for house cleaning. These little patches here erupt caustic liquid that can eat through pretty much any sort of flesh or bone or walker material. It's pretty much just a good overall grenade. Nice weapon, I like it. And I also thought it up, so I'm proud of that. Another one of my inventions, the Memory Dolphin. So this is basically a living walkie-talkie or cell phone. It's got the life chains of a message lizard and the Atlantic bottlenose dolphin in it, as well as some insects. So basically, if you squeeze this dolphin and call out the name of someone under your command or your commanding officer or whatever, this dolphin will connect with another dolphin and you'll instantly be able to communicate between each other, which is probably a good thing on the battlefield, I'd say. Binocular Case. This is really just something cool I have. I've had these for a long time. And it's mentioned in Chapter 3 of Darwin's Fist that part of Marasco's first squad has a set of binoculars, so these are the actual ones. Just cool to see a prop in real life. Used to have a strap, but that broke off, so it's just, just here. Not really part of the costume, but it looks cool. And of course, finally, M1911 Pistol. Standard armament of most soldiers, or most American soldiers during World War I, and since, this is World War I, Darwin has to have it too. Sadly, this one does not look entirely like a real one, because I had to use what I have, and it's got this crappy writing on it. I'm eventually probably just going to spray paint it black, and cover that up, but I'm still working on that idea. And maybe I will, maybe I won't, I'm still thinking about it. And looks cool, if nothing else. And that's pretty much my entire costume. You'll probably be seeing more of this when I get around to the actual creation of origin of the species, and you'll probably see a little bit more of it when I get around to inviting my friend Sophie over, and she does her Lieutenant McPherson thing. Okay, that's it for now. If you got any suggestions for additional costume stuff, feel free to put it in the comments. Like, subscribe, etc., 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 standard YouTube stuff. Straw5, signing out.